it's me, Jen, your Pudgy Picker, here for another update on my weight loss journey. This is for week 44. I know the last couple weeks have been like, put on your seatbelts. So before I get into the numbers and such and let you know where I stand with Mochi, again, I always have to say that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, not in the healthcare profession. I am not compensated, paid in any way by Mochi Health or anybody else. I'm spending my own money on my own weight loss journey, and all of the things I discuss here on my channel and specifically for the weight loss videos is my experience, is my opinion, and that's all it is. So if you think about this medication, you think you want to take it or whatever, you should speak to your doctor, not to a random person on the internet. Okay, so this is for my weight loss for week 44, which covers April 30th through May 6th. So my starting weight was 217.8. So I'd been ill, it had gone up. I wasn't too worried. So my ending weight this week was 212 even. So that is for a loss of 5.8 pounds. So my overall starting weight from July 1st was 264.4, making my total loss so far 52.4 pounds. So, did I get my medicine? Yes. Yes, I got my medicine. It came on May 2nd, which was Friday. I did receive it. Funny enough, I know that they have a couple different pharmacies that Mochi Health uses. One is Empower. That was when I first started getting back on the medicine, that was my prescription came through Empower. And the one that I just got on May 2nd was from Red Rock. Now, I know that's another pharmacy they use. So, I don't know. I'm sure in trying to get everybody caught up, it might be a little further away to ship it from one than the other. However you figure it. It was kind of neat because it was in it was like in a like a silver bubble pack that was padded with like literal like foam like you'd use in upholstery, which I saved, by the way, because I'm cheap. And then inside there was a cold pack and then a pack with the medicine, the needles, and the alcohol swabs. So everything looked great. Got it, not a problem. Let me go over the rest of how my week went, and then we can move on to where I'm at with Mochi. So food, this week I've kind of been changing things just because now that I'm back on the medicine, I'm experiencing a little bit of nausea. Yesterday I took like 2 naps. So my shot day is on Monday, and then Tuesday I seem to be a little bit, my butt's dragging. So I'm eating more of an OMAD, 1 meal a day situation. Not strictly, of course, but in the mornings, I've got a little bit left. I don't know if you can see it. I have chai tea. I love chai tea. So in my chai tea, I put, excuse me, a little bit of sugar-free Coffee Mate, the Italian cream in there, and like 45 calories. So this has been my breakfast the last week or so. And then usually probably around 2 to 3 o'clock, I have just like it's a protein drink. It's not my protein shake, but it's just one of the little, I'm sorry, just a little, I think it's like 160 or 170 protein drinks. I get them from Aldi. They have chocolate and vanilla. And then I usually have a banana with that. So that's usually what I eat up until dinner. And then, of course, dinner, I get in protein, veg, and maybe a little starch. Like yesterday, I made pork ribs. And I'll give you a hint. If you're weighing stuff and you're like, well, how in the world do you even know pork ribs, with bones and all the fat and stuff you cut out? So what I do is I cut off, I think I had three ribs, cut them off, weighed them, wrote that number down, and then I sit down, I trim off any fat, take the bones, I put them back on the plate that I weighed, And then when I'm done eating, I reweigh that plate and take that away from the first number. So then I know how much I actually ate. So if that helps anybody, you're welcome. Side effects, a little bit nauseous, pretty tired yesterday. That being said, when I got my medication, when I got back on my medication, I did 2 half doses because there was a part of me that's like, I don't know if I hit that dose that I was at, I don't want to be really ill. So I did half of what I should, half of what I should, and then yesterday, my 3rd shot being back on, I did the full amount, which is not a lot because I'm not at a real high dose. I'm going up only when I deem it's necessary. So mood has been pretty good. I knew my numbers would come back down if I was doing what I should be doing, and they are. So 212, so it's coming down. I wasn't really worried about it last video, as you could tell. I mean, I was concerned about what was going on with my prescription and all that stuff, but as far as knowing that my weight would come back down after that, I was not worried very much at all. Okay, I want to finish my tea. You know, you have a few minutes of it being super hot, and then you have that perfect temperature, and then after that it's cold. Okay, so I contacted my credit card company. I had been disputing the 3 charges of $99, so I have since gotten 2 deliveries of the medication, so that takes care of 2 of them. So when I called the credit card company, basically I am far enough into the process where they can't just drop it. So my next step, and I didn't get to this yesterday because I wasn't feeling good and I had to make dinner and I had a few other things I needed to do, so I didn't end up getting on the phone and calling Mochi. The next couple days I will be doing that. I will try and figure out what's going on with them. Their thought process when I spoke to the lady last was to get those 2 to get that dismissed, and then go back to them and they would refund the $199 charge that was not supposed to be charged. That's not going to happen because of the credit card situation. So I'm going to call them back, and at this point I have allowed Mochi to access my credit card to pay for the medication and to pay for my membership into the program. So I think what's going to end up happening, let's say I did nothing right now. I think what would happen is they would, Mochi would get the dispute, because they did see it in their system last time I did speak to someone. They'll get on there and then they'll be able to prove to the credit card company that there were 2, that those 2 deliveries did take place, and that those $299 will be reapplied to my credit card. So I know they have, she initially said 60, the credit card company, 60, and then she said, well, it's 60 to 90 days. They have to respond. If they don't respond at all, then we'll automatically, of course, deem in your favor. But I don't know. It's just, I wish I could have had that withdrawn, but at this point, I understand, once you start pushing that boulder down the hill, it's like not like, wait. So I get that. But you know what? I'm confident that I am going to get this figured out. I'm not going to be charged anymore, supposedly, until I order my next medication, which will be probably another 4 to 5 weeks. Well, I have probably another 3 weeks until I order. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and make another appointment because it's been a span of time since I have spoke to the doctor that prescribes, and we'll go from there. But I am pretty happy that I did receive the medicine. Everything is in order. Everything looked great. Everything is fine. Again, I'm hoping that this blip in the radar, makes it, is just that, and we will continue on, and it'll be fine. I know that Eli Lilly and has been suing Mochi Health as well as other places that are compounding, and it seems like their their issue is mainly with trizipatide. Now, I could be wrong. I'm just telling you from what I've read and what people have sent me, and that it is trizipatide. I am not on trizipatide. I am on semaglutide. Semaglutide, however you want to say it. So I don't know if the semaglutide is being kind of like pushed off and they're just concentrating on the trizipatide. When I do talk to my doctor, the doctor who prescribes this, I'm going to mention to her, do you think it's going to be banned? What's going to be going on? I know I do have the option to order a 6-month supply, but that would be one big chunk of money that I would be putting out. I don't like to have that much on hand. I like things to be as prescribed, and I use them within that certain amount of time. They're saying unopened, it should be fine, but still. And it's not that I don't think medicine necessarily goes bad. Just like if you have medication that's out of date in your cabinet, and it's whatever, the chances of that turning bad and it's going to hurt you, that's probably not, but it's not as effective. So that's where I'm at on that. So I would say in the next week, I'm going to be trying to call Mochi Health again. It's one of those situations, if I know I'm going to be in my office for 2-3 hours, then it's like, let me go ahead and get on hold and get that figured out. A lot of times I'm like, I have an hour. That's not enough time. I don't know. So that's why I've been kind of putting it off. Plus, I figure maybe just give it a week and see, I don't know, if they answer my credit card. I don't know. It makes me tired. But that's where it's at right now. I did yesterday morning, did see my psychiatrist appointment. He just prescribes my depression meds. I do take generic Lexapro, and I do take generic Wellbutrin. The Wellbutrin was added last July when I started taking this. The shot doctor recommended it. My primary doctor recommended it, and the shot doctor recommended it. That it does help with the weight loss, and it does balance things out. So I'm still in that. So I talked with him about, how's it going, and he goes through all his questions about family and work and all that. So it was pretty good. I explained to him, about my weight loss and about my thinking process and how I'm trying to tackle that. And a lot of times when I'm talking, he's nodding because he's like, that's what I suggest to people, when you're doing something and you stop yourself and you say out loud, no, we're not going to do that, or we're not going to think that way. And he said, I recommend that to my patients all the time, because hearing yourself say something out loud, it's more of an impact than just thinking it. So, those kind of things. So I only see him every 6 months. So it's just like, hey, how's everything going? Is everything still fine? Okay, let's continue. And with our insurance, through my husband's job, we have a service that delivers our medication. And if something is prescribed for 3 months, it is free. So that works out great. So basically my medications for depression and such and OCD are free. Well, they're not free. You know what I mean? I'm paying for you know what I mean. Nothing, it's like almost everything in life is free, but it's not really free. So you get it. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet today because, good gracious, I chewed your ear off last week, but I had a lot of information to go through. And honestly, just talking and getting through that, it really reinforces what I'm saying, what I'm doing. I hear it. I listen to the video before it goes up. So I have it in my mind. I've gotten positive feedback from you guys, so I kind of see where your brain is at. So I'm the kind of person that likes to research, make my own decision, and then as I'm going, I'm kind of gleaning information and adding that to my knowledge and to how I'm going to approach things. So all that, we are doing good. The weight is coming down. I'm getting closer to that 200-pound mark. I'm hoping to be at at or below 200 by my doctor's appointment. Let me look at my calendar real quick, because I know I see her in June. So let's see. I see her June 18th. So I'm thinking that 200 pounds or lower is totally doable. We'll see. So yeah, so that's where we're at. That's what appointments I have upcoming. I will be making the shot doc appointment. I have not made any nutritionist appointments, no shot doctor appointments, none of that until I got all this stuff figured out. And then I thought once I get back into that, I'm probably not for now going to do the nutritionist. I've spoken with her enough that I know which direction she wants me to go in and what she wants me to do. And there's a certain amount of what she wants me to do and what I can do, what I need to tweak so that it fits into my lifestyle. You know, I get that, you know, she's smarter, she knows more in that avenue, but I know me, and you know, some things are just, I'm not always doing the same thing. Being self-employed, I'm always running and doing, so I have to do a certain amount of things that kind of fit into my lifestyle. You know what I mean? But I am still doing a lot of the principles of what she taught me, especially when it comes to, you know, prioritizing protein and, you know, movement and strength and stuff like that that I need to do. So I'm able to do that. I went out and had dinner with my daughter and her boyfriend Monday, and we were at Cracker Barrel. And then when we were getting ready to leave, excuse me, I bought 2 squares of the Ghirardelli chocolate with caramel in the center because I knew I had the calories for it. I'm like, that would taste good. And it was just enough to be like, ooh, that's really good. Okay, I'm done now. So, you know, if you're able to have that kind of thing around, or even if you're somewhere and you buy a certain amount and you know if you eat that certain amount, you're going to be fine. It's not like you're bringing home a big bag of something. You know, treat yourself. And those 2 squares were only, I think it was like 180 calories for both of them. So I was like, that's doable. So yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up. I will see you guys next week. You know, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments down below, feel free to leave them. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for your support, your comments. They mean so much, and I do appreciate the time you take to listen to me. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.